We've all seen it. The hatred, the ugliness, the crying, and the downright disgracefulness. That is fanboyism. You may be wondering, how can I help these misguided manginas? Well, we're proud to announce that through supporting your local F&P and through F&P merchandise purchases, an undisclosed percentage of the proceeds will help fund the castration and spading of these feral beasts. But you must hurry, because left unchecked, the situation will only worsen. So please, help us in raising awareness on this unprecedented and increasingly annoying, ignorant, and childish behavior by visiting the link below, before it's too late.
That pause in that is just so annoying.
That is absolutely funny as hell.
Well, thank you. Husk and a lady put that together.
That is absolutely. My wife is laughing her ass off. She said, "That is so damn funny."
Oh, now wait a minute. Have her check this one out. We got a few of these, dude. Check this one. And I'm not gonna play the one you're thinking.
I was thinking.
What the fuck?
On average, every 7 days, someone finds gaming happiness with FNP.
Baby doesn't like being put in a corner. That's why I like the game beyond the box.
See, that's the catch, man. These are real thing. We're the fanboy neutering program. It's real. We've got shirts and everything. It's official.
It's official, man. It's fully official.
Yeah, you should have whatchamacallit, man. You should have like an operating room, and a guy goes in and he's yelling, "PlayStation rules, or Xbox can't be defeated, or Nintendo crushes all." And then he goes in and he gets surgery and he just comes out docile.
Now, we do have another one. We do have another one. You might want to check this one out.
What the fuck?
On average, every 7 days, someone finds gaming happiness with FNP.
I'm here to play games, and that's why I choose to game beyond the box.
No. Immediately, no. Oh, I gotta talk to Gaz tonight.
Why?
Brother, I love you. But no.
See, it's all about having fun, man.
He was having a lot of fun.
Oh, he was
yeah,
he was, yeah.
I wouldn't say too much fun.
He needs order protection from the controller.
Mr. Tushy, what's up, dude? Damn, he's coming all the way to us from the UK. And what is up, everybody? And I did play it for him, Tool Man. Distracted, Pinnock, Hargeet, what is up, everybody? And let's get this started. We'll start with the bottom right corner. Leo, what is up, my official Borderlands sperm thingy?
Nothing much, man. Just been working, getting some gaming in here and there, playing some Elden Ring and unfortunately Destiny earlier today.
So unfortunate.
Said Destiny?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Who conned you into that?
Take a while, guess.
Fork.
Yep.
That would be Fork. Well, I mean, hey, gaming's gaming, right?
Yep.
Damn right. Damn right.
And next to Leo, I want to invite a good friend of mine. And part of the reason why Gaming Bottom Box is here, Lord King David, the Xbox Swami. What have you been up to, Mr. King David?
Today I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring and some Destiny with my boy Hot.
You can't take my picks.
You see, like, and I was gonna tell you leave him alone, but I knew I was up next for the beating, so. Nah, Destiny.
Hell, I was playing Elden Ring right before we got on, talking to Bomber.
I was playing Elden Ring right now. I'm at this boss, and I was like, yeah, I can beat him right now. He said, no, you're not. Just take your ass to the podcast and just go ahead. Good night.
Damn.
He's
Elden
like,
Ring
get
does
out
that
of
to a
here.
lot of people.
Yeah.
It does that to a lot of people. You get cocky, you're dead.
Yep.
Well, instantly.
Oh, yeah. And it does not take long either.
Nope.
This is one of the first games that grabs my wife's interest. Like when she sees the boss, and she just actually sits down and watches. Like, this is ridiculous. But yeah,
She just wants to see something kill you. That's all.
yeah, she all day.
And Hardeep, thank you for $2 super chat. King David Swami, ILP in the house. Yes, he is. It's been a while. Unfortunately, we couldn't get COG. So,
You think my
Guys-
schedule's bad?
oh yeah, yeah. That's why we couldn't get COG, because I love having both the guys on, but there's just no way with his schedule. And then we have the leader of the Dreadites. What's up, Dreadpool? Where the O's are actually zeros.
Oh man, what's up, everybody? Yeah, just literally woke up again. I don't know, go figure, right? What was
You work
that?
the weirdest hours of anybody I know, dude.
Yeah. So I've been playing some of those Microsoft Reward games. I think it was called Greedfall or something like that. I played a couple of them just to get those points for my monthlies, and over $200 so far, and then some. So not
Nice.
too bad. Yeah. So that's really the only games I've been doing. I've been trying to get back into Star Wars and finishing off Falling Order. And, that's the only Souls-like game I'll be able to get into for now.
You're way
That's it.
behind.
Yeah,
way
Fallen
behind.
Order.
I'm
It took
behind.
me a minute to remember what the hell that was.
Yeah, it's
Star
like 3
Wars.
years ago. Something like that, right?
I'm
So-
still in the middle of that game, so you're okay.
Fallen
Yeah, see?
Order, I think it was the end of 2019. I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
well,
everybody was bitching about it not being at the Game Awards.
Exactly. Even though
Yeah,
it made
that's
the
it.
cut,
yeah, I was one of those. I just couldn't remember how many years ago I was bitching about it.
Yeah, but that's when his boy Kojima was gonna get the award, so it didn't even matter.
It did, yeah. It
Yeah.
didn't matter.
I want to see a Kojima Fallen Order now. That'd be pretty cool.
No, immediately.
No. No.
No. No.
Packing everything across the country.
All you do is just put some neo-politics inside of it, so I'm good.
Yeah, I'm still. My apologies, King, but I still haven't been able to get back into that Zelda, other than that first hour I put in.
Well, Skyward Sword?
Yeah, no, Breath of the Wild.
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you made about as far as I did. I made it about an hour into it. Turned it on.
I mean, I liked what I played. It's just there's so much more that I'd rather play.
Yeah,
That's
that's my problem,
one of
too.
those
My
things.
Switch has as much dust on it as my PlayStation 5. Don't worry about it.
Oh god, I don't even think mine would charge anymore.
My missus has the Switch, so I'm good with that. She plays it all the time, so yeah, she can keep it.
Yeah,
We're
my
not
wife
talking
won't
about TikTok.
my wife won't even play the Switch anymore.
Wow.
She has her own Series X and her own PS5, so
Whoa.
she could care less.
She upgraded.
Oh yeah, she doesn't play Switch either. And then on the top right, we have Kratos' third cousin, 3 times removed due to chlamydia. What's up, Bomber?
Man, it's going good, pretty good. Just trying to make it through this freaking week and playing a little bit of Horizon. That's pretty much all I've played. I dabbled into Elden Ring just to see, and
You still playing with that? You still playing with the Duke controller with them big ass hands?
The fingers have not shrunk.
Maybe. But no, like I don't know. I have my thoughts so far on Elden Ring. I'm still going to give it a chance. I mean, I haven't given it enough time
It's
yet.
better than
but,
Tunic.
but oh my god, yeah.
Yo,
That's
what
for
are
sure.
you doing in June? The slap contest championship.
I am not. I ain't doing those slaps.
And I'm putting my money on you. I don't think
Right.
as long as you go first.
Just don't screw it up like that blonde haired dude did.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Oh.
That dude got destroyed.
I can watch that stuff all day.
Me too.
You saw his soul leave his body.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
It's amazing.
It's so good.
I don't watch any of that stuff. I do
No,
see little gifs though. They're kind of funny.
They are funny.
And then making his first appearance, we have Mr. Crazy Lou Gaming. Crazy Lou, tell him about yourself, sir.
Oh man, really, I'm happy to be here. Me, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just having fun, chilling, playing some Elden Ring, kicking butt because I'm a big Souls fan, guys. So yeah, bummer. If you need my help, I can gladly help you throughout the game, get through, kill some couple bosses and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I'm really happy to be here, chilling with you guys, and let's have some fun, man. Let's go.
Hey, oh yeah, that's me. But Huss cannot be here tonight, and of course, Fork's working. But Fork does send his love and his apologies. But they are short-staffed at the hospital he works at. I know that's a shock, right?
Yeah. Shocker.
Oh, I thought he's working his second job.
No, he's still working at the hospital, dude. I don't know. He works so many hours; it is sort of a second job. I mean,
he's got to clean out those dumpsters though every once in a while.
I thought he was doing the neural massager.
Oh shit!
Oof.
That's us with Elvis vibrator, sir. And I didn't even get to talk about it tonight because he's not here.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's terrible. So, I know King. I picked a topic I know King's going to enjoy, and I even tweeted about this earlier today. And everybody's giving the initiative a hard time because people are leaving. Well, I have a son that's in the industry. It happens. People take other jobs. They make more money. They get discontent where they work.
Yep.
It happens. But there are people trying to use this as console war fodder.
Yeah.
But there's a huge article. Sony is being sued by several ladies for sexual discrimination. But that seems to be okay.
Yep.
So I'm kind of I kind of don't understand that. It's not okay because Microsoft has people for whatever reason going somewhere else. Say they just don't like working at the initiative. I don't know why. I don't care.
Right.
But then that's a reason not to trust Microsoft, but then you have a company that has people being sued for sexual discrimination. That's quite okay. I don't understand.
They're getting, they're getting a hernia trying to move that goalpost again, right?
Man, those goalposts, dude! I'm telling you, they've got like a giant port crane there trying to move that shit nowadays.
Well, the way the initiative is set up, they are set up in a manner of they give the framework of the game. They put in all the concepts and everything, and then another studio comes up and finishes the framework. So the way they are set up, they're small, they're agile, and they're made in that way to interchangeable parts to go into it. So it doesn't bother me when CEOs of development, heads of the development leave from their positions. That doesn't bother me at all because it usually starts from the top down. Now, if you're telling me stuff like the heart and soul of the team is leaving, then it's a issue. But not really that much. But as far as what's going on with Sony, one, is it Sony of America or Sony of Japan? Because it matters a lot there, because a lot of the information won't come out of Sony of Japan until after everything is done. In America, we tend, the Western news tends to scrutinize and judge people before the process is actually finished.
That's
These
very true.
people are accused. That doesn't mean they're convicted. So at the same time, I think they should be given all rights of the law. Innocent until proven guilty. I don't care what the claims are until after the fact. Then they should be judged on that merit, and then accordingly, what happens there. But before then, I mean, apples and oranges. To be honest with you, you're talking about serious crimes versus people looking for better pastures or doing their job and just moving on from said job. So, yeah, there's no way to defend one versus the other, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's just work related stuff over here, and over here there's actual crime. So
Exactly.
if it's proven to be true, and a lot of times, things can be accused of a person. That doesn't mean that person is guilty, of these accusations. Now we can talk about a more serious note about the luring of a young man to his house on
I
an
remember
app.
that. Yep.
Now that's a little bit more concerning because they had video and they had all this other stuff that went along with that. So it's
they got
things
blown
along
away.
with that.
They got pushed under the rug fairly quick too.
Yeah, they got rid of him. They got him out of the company. And that's a removal that's cause for concern. You understand? Because that removal is by force and it's by criminal intent that he had. So again, apples and oranges. You work
Absolutely.
related stuff. People leave all the time.
100%. Because I know there's people constantly in and out of these jobs.
Yeah.
And it's a flooded market to begin with.
Everybody's a programmer.
Especially on Twitter.
Until yeah, right.
they're a programmer. They're a budget analysis. Oh, dude, they do everything on
analysis.
Twitter.
Yeah.
They're the best of the
financial
armchair
wizards.
quarterbacks.
Oh yeah, dude, they're amazing.
They can tell
And
you how to spend your money.
Speaking of Swordfish, thanks for the $5 super chat. Keep up the good work, Mr. Hood and crew. Thank you, sir. We try. But what are your guys' thoughts on it?
I mean, if people leave, they leave. I mean, they'll replace them with somebody else that does their job as good or better. I mean, that's just what they'll do because they're just like a rotating door when it comes to a lot of those positions anyway. I mean, I don't really. I mean, again, we haven't seen nothing of the game anyway, so it's not like it was coming out next month or in a couple of months. Like it's years away. Like I ain't worried about it.
And it's not like it's the only game coming out anytime soon either.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'd rather I'd rather have issues with say Redfall or something like that, since that was supposedly the earliest one, and now we don't know, and then later in the year we have Starfield. So it's like, they're definitely very sparse this year for sure. And I guess that's why so many people are trying to make this as a big deal. And like, this game wasn't even coming out this year or next year, so it's not like it really matters. Like, I don't know why people are just, it's just because, I guess because the whole, like, that quadruple A bullshit that came out, when they were first talking about the initiative, because they were getting so, such the high talent thrown over there. And then that Drew guy left, went back to Insomniac, that sort of thing. So a lot of people just looking at it as it's bad. This is a bad situation. They don't know what they're doing, which granted, Microsoft still hasn't been on a very good track record with their own studios. They're good with when they buy something and let them do their thing. They do pretty well so far. Like, Playground Games and Coalition and some other, like, who else, the other one, 343, all them, they're doing well, they're doing what they need to be doing, but when they create their own, it hasn't been a best track record. But
did they create
we'll see.
343? And
I mean, they
the
merged.
coalition.
Well, the people from Bungie decided to create 343, and so I guess Microsoft did
Well, technically, all right.
create 343, I
Yeah,
suppose, but it
technically
was
they made the
already Bungie
coalition.
people.
Yeah, technically, well, yeah, those are the people that decided to stay in
Right.
and really the brain trust actually left and continued with Bungie, and they kept some people around, but they still built that Studio 343 like basically from the ground up and put Bonnie Ross in charge. And then you say the coalition is made from the remnants of Epic,
Of Epic, right?
but they still put that together, and I think they really have done well with building studios, but I think the process in building studios is a slow process. And I don't think it was fast enough for gamers because we kept getting the same regurgitated games over a period of time that made it look like Microsoft was being stagnated. So that's why when you purchase a large producers, that way you can cover up those deficiencies. So I understand exactly what you're saying, but in hindsight, they still built those studios like basically from the ground up. Yes, they stole talent, but all talent is stolen from all over the place.
Oh, for sure.
And what most people don't realize, a lot of these companies only hired by contract.
Yeah.
Your contract may be 6 months to a year. And
But
there's a lot of
they
these
think
companies that do that.
They think it's Burger King though. They think it's like their job, and
Yeah, it's not
Oh, that's
at
true.
all.
Every time, like for example, I go on Twitter and stuff, I see that there's more hate against Microsoft than there is on PlayStation. I mean, that's how I'm seeing it. Like I see people are more toxic on this side than the other side. Both sides have toxic, of course they do.
Yeah.
But I see like for example, when the initiative thing happened, I saw people on Twitter saying, "Oh my God, it's gonna close! Oh my God, everybody left! Oh, like they even grabbed their mamas and just took out, and nobody's going back there." I was like, "What the hell, you guys? What do you mean, you guys? Nothing has happened. Oh, Phil's is gonna close it." I'm like, "How? When did Phil Spencer say he's gonna close that thing?" I mean, wow, they just overly exaggerate stuff just to find a way to make Microsoft look bad. And I remember something. When you were talking about the VP of, I think it was VP of Sony that got caught with the
Yeah.
minor thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
There was these guys from a Spanish community. They were talking about the issue. They talked about it on how bad it looks, and that's bad. They were just saying that it's really bad that this guy was doing this. They got so much hate from it. They actually came out and said, "We will never talk about PlayStation again." They said it. We will never ever talk about PlayStation again. I can't believe that fans were saying that what the guy was doing was right.
Well, a lot of people were saying,
It's-
"Oh, entrapment and all this other stuff."
Entra-
Regardless
yeah.
of what, there's
But
intent
still.
involved in the
Yes.
situation.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
there has to be a form of culpability. But those
Yeah.
people that I hear are the vocal majority of the toxic PlayStation
Yeah.
fans. It's just because they have more time on Twitter because there's no games to play.
Oh.
I knew what he was going to say before he said it. I knew exactly what he was going to say.
Yeah, because here's the thing though, and I asked myself, they always say Xbox has no games, but we're here playing. What are you guys doing? Seriously,
Well,
what are y'all doing?
it was the same breath that Xbox has no games with their monopoly now.
Oh yeah, it was
So-
monopoly. Yeah, they always try to look
stop
stupid.
them.
Yes, you gotta stop them. They're doing something really bad. Oh my God, seriously, I don't understand. I mean, gaming is so much fun. I mean, I have my PS5, I have my Xbox, I have my PC, I have my Nintendo. I love playing games. I just don't understand why the people have to be toxic about this. This is just for entertainment. Seriously.
I think the toxic stuff comes in from the financial aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
The proposition of owning multiple consoles puts you into a financial deficit.
Yeah.
Right. So it's easier to maintain one console and then for a game to come out and be like, I don't care about that on the other console, than for you to go out and purchase the other console, because that financial deficit is more than $1,000 if you got both consoles and then you got some games that went along with it. That's a hard sell on a family that you have, because remember, this is not marketed to children. This is marketed to us, the financially capable, right? So you telling your wife, yeah, well, I mean, if the finances and y'all talk like that, and hey, listen, I'm gonna go pick up a couple of consoles. Excuse you, like,
The hell you are.
right? The hell you are. Thank you. I mean,
I'm lucky. My wife goes, make sure you get me one too.
Yep.
but you're
I know.
financially able.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
my wife, when it first was going on, she's like, "You pick one." And that's all you get right now.
Yeah,
You can get one later, but
one
right
next
now
month.
you get one.
Exactly. Normal households have light, gas, stuff
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they
of
have
course,
to pay, food and stuff. So remember, we tend to think that this stuff is essential. This stuff is non-essential. This is hobbies that we're using, and some guys take it as essential,
Yep.
right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's where the addiction comes in, and that's where the problem comes in. But the toxic nature of it is the fact that you have to justify the reason why you don't have said console by saying that console is inferior, that console is trash, and I don't support that console because of certain business practices. I
Yeah.
find gamers to be the most hypocritical people on the face of the
Oh
planet.
God, yes.
Yes.
All right, because nobody brought their PlayStation back when that happened with the CEO.
Nope.
It was there.
You know what I found really funny when you hear like about the Game Pass talk. I love that talk. Like oh, you guys are cheap because you guys have Game Pass and stuff. But I love when PlayStation comes out with the game, right? You see all of a sudden they sell 3-4 million, right? All of a sudden there's a price drop and you see 5 million more, and then it just doesn't sell anymore until another price drop comes, which is way bigger, and you get 10 million more. It's like you're just like us. I mean, you guys are waiting for a sales price while Game Pass is giving us the games here day one for us to play, paying for a service, and we're having fun with it. And I just love that talk on how
it
they
blows my
call
mind.
us cheap. It really does. It really does. I just find it hilarious.
Hargeet, give me just 1 second, Red.
Yeah.
Thanks for the $5 super chat. Yes, after spending upwards of 80 to 90 billion in acquisitions, Microsoft shut down Xbox. Hashtag Pony Vision kills brain cells. Well, some of them do. It definitely does. I have to
Yeah,
agree.
man. I do agree.
Well, it's
Yeah.
funny is these toxic people are just the biggest hypocrites because they one up each other because it's I'm just trolling, but then they start getting into the fact of going into more personal area other than just keeping it on the gaming side and let's keep it at jokes and we're trolling back and forth and having a good time laughing. They all jump on it like it's a fight, and they all got to throw their fist in there or the foot. They just gotta swing at something, They just can't stop. And then when the person fights back and they get you good back, and all of a sudden it's like you guys are even more fucking toxic than we are. It's like, well, wait a second, you're gonna dish it out, but you can't even take it, and then you guys one up each other every single time until it gets so personal that it's even now it's like these guys, and it's like stop with it, just enjoy the games.
That's why I just think it's stupid.
Yeah, well, when you start to lose an argument, the first thing you do is like you drowning. You grab them by the nipple, right? So,
oh Lord,
did you not watch The Babysitter?
Oh Lord, that reminds me. Oh no.
So that's exactly how I do. I mean, I laugh until somebody calls me out of my name, right? And then I say, yo, listen, you can either apologize or I can block you, one of the two. And 9 times out of 10, they apologize. If they don't, I just block them. I can engage in playful banter. I can dish it out on TCLs and do all type of funny stuff. And I don't mean any of this stuff because I find it absolutely funny. We're grown man babies playing video games and enjoying it. And I'm not going to change. Like when they bury me, they're going to bury me in a diaper. So I don't. Yeah, probably really too, right? Because you start off in diapers and you're gonna end up in diapers, right?
Yeah. I'm requesting Wi-Fi in my casket.
I have LEDs in mine.
A casket with LCD screen.
Yep. I have an OLED.
It's gonna be like a rave in mine.
I want my Sonos surround sound in there. Oh shit! And Flame, thank you for $5 super chat. They'll call guys cheap because of Game Pass, and then start hyping up Spartacus. I'm struggling to understand it. Help King. The people need help. There's no help.
There's no help.
No, it's the fact that again they bet on a horse, right? They took they $500. They assumed that the last generation was going to carry over in some weird type of way, which we all know every generation is a different startup. Everybody starts from zero. Nothing carries over. This is not like rollover bucks. And they bet with their wallet and they said, "Hey, this has to win. This has to be successful. This has to be number one." And then when you see the proposition of a loss, that drives them insane. So you have to say Game Pass is trash. Game Pass is not this because you don't have it on your platform. But
Yep.
when you have something that's equal or comparable on your platform, then you're going to champion that because you can see the possibility of a win. So I expect that stuff to happen from individuals that are looking over having FOMO. We literally get fantastic games every month. And if it's $4, then I mean that's the greatest proposition in the world. Then I guess, you know.
I got a proposition for them, and it'll stop the FOMO. It's called Stadia.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like Stadia stops a lot of things.
They do.
Oh,
everything they start up, pretty much they end.
Yeah.
Yep.
If it's
Like
not
Google
instant
Glass.
gratification for them,
I just got another email from them saying, "Hey, check this out. We got some new games coming." And I'm like, hey, "Yeah, okay. I don't know if I even want to even
March
open that
games
email."
are now here.
Yeah, you can get them with
Yep.
your Stadia subscription. Get them free. And I was like, "I already canceled you guys. Why are you guys even sending me emails on
Because
this?"
they're begging you to come back, dude.
Oh,
They
yeah,
only
they
have
are.
31
Back,
people
man.
left.
Well,
Yep.
aren't they renting out like the technology? Which
Yeah.
is, I mean, the technology is bad. It's like, I mean, well, when I mean bad, I mean it's fantastic. I was about to give another explanation to it, but it's a really good technology. I mean, to launch what they're doing inside a browser at the fidelity that they're doing it instantaneously,
Yeah.
it's amazing. And the fact that everybody either has Google search or Google browser or Google anything means that you can literally reach billions across the world. The thought process was good. I thought the execution was terrible because they
Yeah,
had
it
the wrong
was.
person in charge. If they actually built a staple of games, and if they were serious, because they do have a ton of money, if they was actually excuse me, really serious, they could have got the same acquisitions that Microsoft and Sony did. They can actually undercut them really quickly and went out and purchased a whole bunch of studios and then flooded their ecosystem with games at an affordable rate. If anybody can do $9.99 a month for all a bunch of games, it's actually Google. And if they can actually get that done, it would have sold rapidly and it had such a disruptive force in the market,
Yep.
it would have offset Game Pass, but they didn't. They had the wrong person in charge. And this is
Mhm.
where a CEO, the head, can destroy your vision going into the future. And he definitely, I call him
yeah.
the fake
Yes.
Phil.
Because
Definitely.
here's the thing though. I mean, they should have done what Phil Spencer has done and try it out. Like like do beta test because xCloud right now is still testing.
Right.
And then after everything is tested, everything is working, then yeah, just let it all out. But they
Problem is they want instant gratification though.
Yeah,
That's
they
the
just-
thing.
they just
they
wanted to
want
hop
their
on
money
it.
back tomorrow.
yeah. And the thing is, this they launched it. They didn't do tests. They didn't do nothing to say, "Hey, this is gonna work." So let's go. Let's just throw it.
No, they did testing for Stadia. I think it was
They
for
did.
at least 6 months to a year. It was closed testing,
Yeah.
just like
Okay,
everybody else.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you signed up for it, you had to get the foundation
Oh, yeah, like I
things. You
did.
got the controller.
Okay.
You know, a lot. Yeah, a lot of people had it earlier.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
I thought they didn't do testing because they did not hear about it. But okay. I
Yeah,
didn't
no,
know that.
it's definitely there. It was just the confusion with it, and it was the rollout. It was the library of games. It was
Yeah.
what they were trying to give, which was literally, basically nothing. I think Amazon is doing a whole lot better with Amazon Prime gaming, and Netflix is getting into gaming now.
They
I
did
think
it. They did a game in Amazon. What's it called? It's good. Oh man, it's
we talk
selling.
about that the MMO.
Yeah, the MMO.
About
Yes.
New World.
New
Lost
World.
New World.
The New
New
World.
World. That's doing amazing. They're
Yeah.
doing amazing with it. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
I
what's
heard it. I heard it's really good.
you know what's funny about it is they were when Phil, the wrong Phil, right? I don't
Yeah,
know how that Phil still. I need to find his PR people
I
because
know when he had on red sneakers, he was wrong. But
jeez. But yeah, it was funny because he was on stage talking about how much better they had for the technology that they had. Right? They also used twice the bandwidth that Microsoft is using with Game Pass. All right, so you have to have a 20, not 8 to 10.
right.
You had to have 20, and even streaming. I was trying to stream it down and then stream it back up, with 150 both ways. It was all choppy. I couldn't even play, and the
Wow.
stream was even worse. But as soon as I shut down the stream, everything was smooth, and it's like, how is this even possible? So beyond that, during their show, when their presentation, they were talking about how much better their technology was, right? And we've already established that it was twice the bandwidth,
Yeah.
but they were referring to the consoles of last gen that
Oh
they
yeah.
had. You know what I mean? And it was like, wait a second, we already know what next gen is, and you guys are talking about how many more terabytes, because that was the key thing at the end there that they were still bragging about. We have more terabytes. We have more this than Xbox One or the PlayStation Pro, and it's like, you're still behind. You realize that, right? So
Well,
it's
yeah.
just it's funny.
That's
Their marketing, their thought process was way off. They should have been a lot more advanced. I mean, Microsoft bought ZeniMax and they got Orion. We don't know if they're even
yes.
implemented Orion yet. We don't
No,
know.
they haven't.
Right. They haven't said nothing. So as far as we know, that thing's sitting there, and that was one of the. I would have think that was one of the reasons that they bought them too.
Yeah, I think that was a huge reason why they purchased them, to help shore up the end on the cloud. I think that's the reason why the cloud is still in beta, because
Yeah.
it's a fully
Yeah.
functional operating unit. To be honest with you, I mean, I didn't even purchase my son the memory card unit because the cloud actually saves him on memory, and it gives him that try before he buys type of well, for us, try before he downloads and see if he wants to commit the space to the game. If he likes the game, and then he can actually move something over and then commit the space to it, opposed to downloading the game. You don't like it, then you have to worry about uninstalling it, after you done waited to install it. So it saves a huge process, and it's very functional in exactly how it's delivering. And they do tell you that, it's like 900p to 1080p.
Yeah.
For me, uh, the resolution is an issue because I play on larger screen televisions and you can immediately see it off the back. But the fact that he plays on a smaller television, he doesn't see the resolution hit, and it's a whole lot better for him. So it's a functional unit, and I think Orion actually takes it to 4K and better. So
Yeah. And I just lost my train of thought. There was something else I was going to point out.
I'm with you.
Yeah. It was a good point, but I can't remember it now. But yeah, it's just funny how out the gate they didn't do well, and then now they're pushing it out there. They're trying to sell the technology or rent out the technology. And it could have been better, should have been better, wasn't. In the meantime, Game Pass is still in beta, and then you had the Gamma Sutra, whatever that was that Sony bought. I forgot.
Oh, you're talking about
What?
Gaikai.
Gaikai. He said Kuma Sutra. I'm like, I got that book.
I mean,
So,
I
but
don't think they
and
purchased
they
that.
didn't do much with it. They could have done more. I don't know if it was because the technology was so far advanced in the future that it wasn't really as advanced as we thought it should have been, because it was still a growing tech back then when they bought them.
Well, Gaikai came from On Live.
Yeah.
And that precipitated to destroy the On Live, because Sovereign and I, from the people that I know, are the only individuals that from I know purchased it, right, and was invested in it. And I brought stuff, and that's the first time I can hear people that purchase digital stuff cry, because I purchased digital stuff there. and my stuff went away. So my money went away with it. But Sony brought Gaikai, and they used it efficiently. What they did add to it when they got with the Azure servers was the ability to download the games, because they didn't have that ability to do so in the beginning. And that's the same thing that on live had a problem with, because you weren't able to download the games at any point in time. Sony was now able to download the games once they have the Azure server base. So the PlayStation Now games, and from what I understand, some of the games you can download to the system to play them locally.
Yeah.
And that made it a whole lot better, because that was the deficiency they had going against Game Pass, where Game Pass was download locally and play your games, where they were streaming at all times.
Yeah, thank you. That's you jogged my memory back, and
I had
that's
you.
where see, and that's where Game Pass with the playing it online. Like I said earlier at the intro, I was doing the rewards. I wasn't really playing any games for myself. I was doing the rewards just so I can go through the motions, try out these games. But the beauty was I was able to play it through the cloud, and then when I got up to do something else, I would have the other games downloading in the background. But at least I could sit down immediately, look through the list, and go, okay, I need this for these many points. Just go out and do this. I mean, you know how many games I had to do? It was like play 3 Game Pass games, right? So I'm not going to download 3 Game Pass games, and I can do something. If I can get an achievement on a new game, and Evil Genius was a prime one. You just go through the menu, and all of a sudden you get your first achievement right away. So I didn't even have to download it. I played it via the cloud, got my achievement, got double on my rewards because it was one for this one for that one. And I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, I'll download it. I'll play it later. But at least I was able to do that. And that's the beauty of some of the stuff that we're in now, where we can sit down and almost immediately play games. I'm at work. I go to lunch. I pop on my phone. I'll play a game for like 5-10 minutes to, just to check it out, or, see how far I can go before I get distracted with something else. Because being, on site, people like to walk up to you even though you're doing something like eating, and they want to discuss work, so.
We're playing Xbox, apparently.
I got a question. Because, I have a friend who has a PlayStation 5. Right, and he's talking about the super fast SSD.
Oh Lord!
Right,
Not
and I'm like,
SSD talk.
yeah, I was just like, okay, cool, And he's like, but the Series X don't got that. The Series X don't got that. I said, okay. So he comes over, and I turn on the console. Console boots up, and then instantly, I jump into Elden Ring. Right where I left off. He said, how the hell did you do that? And I said, hold on. I switched from that to Neon Abyss. Like that. He said, how the hell are you doing this? I said, but you got a fast SSD. I said, this is what happens when you actually engineer your box right. When you actually have people that understand exactly how it's supposed to work, because a fast SSD and the throughput is not going to do exactly what Quick Resume does, because Quick Resume takes a snapshot of where the game is and suspends it in that space. And this is where the hard drive comes in and actually resumes from that space. He said, this is magic. How can I do this? I said, well, what you could do is get a Series X or S. And he said, because he couldn't believe it, because he didn't understand it. And a lot of things that marketing can't get across to individuals is the magic of certain user interfaces in the box, unless you can actually have time with the box. And I think that what we're dealing with now is the ability to get across what the technology can do. I think Stadia had an inability to do that, to achieve that, to actually show that to individuals in a fun scale. And I think Microsoft is having that same problem right now to show how cool certain aspects is compared to the competition, because the competition will still, and they did beat you in the head with the fast SSD. So in your head, you believe that the PlayStation is faster in all regards, where it's not necessarily true.
See,
And I just wanted to know if anybody else had that issue.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same issue we had back in Genesis, with the Turbo Blast processing.
Oh, blast processing, yeah.
when it's all marketing, and people believe the marketing, and they forget that when it comes to marketing, you're telling the truth, but you have it skewed for your benefit.
Oh, you mean like politicians, right?
Yeah, exactly, just like that. But and that's the thing. I mean, they forget that both consoles from both companies are operating on the same format, not the M.2 part, the same format, the PCIe 4.0. They are on that same format. I mean, did we forget last gen when I had the PCIe 3 connected to my Xbox, and I was like, I would tell Fork, hey, go somewhere, and I will follow you. So I had no idea where he was going, but once he popped up on my screen, I would follow him, and I would load in before he would, and you could see it. I did on a live stream. You would see his name pop up, but there was no character there, and I followed him to that place. So it's like, yes, SSDs are fast.
Yep.
But I'm on the last gen SSD on last gen hardware, and here we are with this gen, and it's like, you guys are making stuff up that you don't have any knowledge of because you took something from marketing and you blew it up to be something bigger that it's not. It's the same thing.
That's marketing.
Right. And that's the same thing. But then you have technology that was built into the Xbox with quick resume, which technically the game didn't stop. It's just sitting there frozen in time. So that's how you're able to get back in, which is why that approach was beautiful, to be like, how the heck did you do that? When he's playing the same games and he's seeing, you just join in on the game. And it's, obviously games as a service do not benefit from that because you have to be connected.
Not.
So,
or just any online portion of the game.
Anything that needs the connection to the internet is going to have an issue. But that's the beauty of it'd be nice if they did like Halo, where campaign did the quick resume and it would automatically, on the other side of the multiplayer, we just hang up on it and then allow it to fully boot and reconnect to the server. How many times we played Call of Duty, Wilmy, that we had to sit there.
Oh God.
We get on and we were playing, or at least planning on playing, and then we'd have to wait for all the updates to come through, and then if something didn't work out, you have to wait again to get back in. So
and
that's
still
the
get
downfall.
kicked out of the match.
Yeah, and that's the downfall of games as a service when it comes to that. When you're connecting to servers, there's so many upsides, there's also downsides, and people forget that. And when it comes to something like Call of Duty, because it's a popular game, we overlook it. We don't say nothing about it because it's okay. And that goes the same with everything else. But this is why having these talks and actually showing it is a good thing. And sometimes we all know marketing on Xbox's side is not always up to par where it should be. The message always gets misconstrued by the fanboys, just like the PlayStation. They get overhyped or misconstrued by certain fanboys from either side. It's just bringing out the truth as to what this really is. Yeah, it's a super fast SSD. Guess what? It's the speeds is negligible when it comes to the differences. They're on the same tech. So, how many times Western Digital, Samsung, Seagate, they all put out the same stuff, and their numbers are right around the corner from each other. And they're advertising that theirs is better because of this. Yeah, they find a certain metric in their product that's better than the other one, and that's where they're advertising that their product is better. But in the meantime, they're all comparable. They're all right there on the same. They're in the same car in that race. They're not, they're not in a different car. They're in the same car in that race. So crossing through the line depends on what your position is in that seat of the car. That's it.
Yep. I feel that a lot of times, and shout out to Jason Ronald and the team in fundamentally baking that into the identity of the Xbox. because in doing so, you force the hand of the developer to take advantage of what's given, right? The PlayStation has those little pop-up balls that help you anytime you're stuck in a place in the game,
Yep.
and I think those things is cool, especially for people just learning the game. You have these little checkpoint bubbles that pop up or whatever, and those tabs, I think that they're called. I think it was poorly implemented and talked about, and I think it should be used more by more developers. And it's less than given the option, just give them the tools, right? And tell them put this in, because I think starting in 2023, we're going to see the implementation of the velocity architecture inside the box, and then we're going to see VRR used more readily inside the box. And because those tool sets are going to be given to the developers not as an option, as a tool to use that should be utilized, and probably a mandate going into all future Xbox stuff. And I know definitely first party will be using all of that stuff.
You know, I'm glad you brought up the virtual velocity. I sent it out to Phil. I've sent it out to Jason Ronald, and I sent it out to somebody else. I can't remember that was in the Microsoft. I tweeted out. Obviously, they don't know who I am. They're just it's just
Right.
another
voice on
grain
Twitter.
of sand with all of that, right? But I threw it out there that using the architecture, using the memory card, you know, the storage expansion slot, and making an FPGA of the older consoles. Could you imagine that? Just sliding that in. Now you have an FPGA directly going to your CPU. You pop in your old discs, and now you have emulation without doing anything different. So you can actually hook up emulation right to the console. It'll read the discs. If you have the digital games, obviously it'll play those too. And now they don't have to worry about back compat. You've got your OG Xbox, you've got your 360, all emulated on the FPGA cards.
I think it boils down to licensing.
But with FPGA, you've emulated the console.
But they already have the emulation already.
Because
with
yeah,
their
there's
software,
emulation
so there's no
there, so
point
it's not
for-
software emulation. It's console emulation.
I think the laws.
They do
about
RetroArch. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, and I'm ignorant when I'm talking about this, right?
Mhm.
But I believe that the laws regarding emulation prohibits wholesale emulation. You understand? Because I think they have to go back and re-up the licenses. Now, if it's done on the same hardware, then it's totally different, because then that's the same original hardware, given the same specs, given the same everything, because those stuff was ironed out in the beginning. I could be absolutely 100% wrong, but I believe majority of the reason why they don't have a wholesale one size fits all and an emulation to everything is because of the actual laws that are in place regarding emulation. And I think Nintendo had a large part to do with that.
Well, they have RetroArch. All right, FPGA
Right.
basically puts the console on a chip.
Right.
So if we're putting those two previous consoles on a chip, it would be the same thing, because RetroArch makes the Game Boys, they make Super Nintendo. All you have to do is get the cartridge, pop
Right.
it in there, and it emulates. It doesn't emulate the game. You're still playing the game, but it emulates the console. So do the same thing through the back with direct access to the CPU, and you pop in your old CD games, and there you go.
Okay, so you're talking about that those consoles that you can play, the Super Nintendo and the Genesis.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And-
it's all hardware based. They literally on a chip. They simulate the whole console on one chip.
Right.
So on the die, it'll have every little detail mimicking.
And how much does that console cost?
$300 to $500, depending
All
on
right,
which versions.
So $300 to $500. Right now, let's say you strip it down, minus out all the other stuff, and be able to get that chip onto the board. How much do you think that chip will raise the cost of the actual console? If that chip
I'm.
was to be
It could
implemented,
they could push it out for like $200, and
right? So you say
you just take out, just like right now we're paying $200 for the expansion card. You slide that out. You slide the
so you're making it
FPGA.
optional.
Yeah, optional. Not put it in the console. Make it
Okay.
optional. So you buy this expansion card with the FPGA in there. You slide it in because now it has direct access to the CPU, and the CPU will do the rest for making it function. Everything that's in the card will authenticate the old consoles.
Okay, so here's where I say the flaw in your thought process is given the option, majority of the people won't opt to pay $200, right?
Right.
The emulation is free. That Microsoft. That's the reason why Microsoft went the free solution route opposed to whatever this thing that Sony's about to do. Sony's about to do some stuff that's going to charge people to do some stuff, and that's where I fail to think that they're going to be absolutely successful in any manner. I think that's going to be the actual detriment because if the competition is giving you all the stuff that you've previously played before and they upscaled it, resolutionized it and sped it up, did all types of things, made it all jazzy, made your old memory of the game new again, made it look fantastic for free. That was the huge proposition in doing so. Now, your $200 proposition gives the option to the consumer to deny or buy. And anytime a consumer can look at something and say, I can do without that, then the deny proposition is way higher than the buy proposition. You have the niche guys like us get it, but you want the average consumer to partake.
Yeah, see, and that's part of the thing though is it would be for whoever, because right now there is no more BC as far as we know. They've already said they've hit the limit, and for game emulation, it would be nice to have that little add-on so we can get the rest of the libraries brought over.
Well, what they talked about was certain aspects of it was because remember they're not just doing just bare bones porting, right? They're doing resolution boost, fixing these games to fit on these new televisions, and they're also giving frame rate boosts to majority of these games. So in doing so, a lot of times, what Jason Ronald was explaining to us, a lot of times after they testing, they get to the last board, fighting the last boss, and being that the resolution was upgraded or the frame rate was upgraded, it broke the game.
Yeah,
that was an unplayable state. So opposed to that aspect of it, which will actually counter what they're trying to do with far as licensing and up resing and up, plus they had to go back, they had to negotiate, they had to do a whole lot of stuff when it came to it. So they didn't reach the limit of what they were doing. And I think they would revisit a lot of games because they did have a lot more games that was on the slate. I think they would revisit it, but at the time, I think right now they have bigger fish to fry with certain things that's going on inside that box. And there's no way that the Xbox Series X and S should be being outperformed by the PlayStation 5, right? But it is, and it's better software tools. Their development tools, I think, are more advanced, more mature. I believe that the development community has a better grip on it. And I think that plays the part of why you see these games that are supposed to be far superior, as far as, the console is supposed to be far superior than the other console, are being outperformed by the weaker console. And that should not be at all, but is actually happening. And I think that has a whole lot to do with what's going on with the development tools. And I think they pull these guys off. If you have the best engineers in the world, get these development tools up to snuff, because we can't have a repeat of what happened with Digital Foundry last generation, this generation, and it's happening all over again.
So it goes back to messaging.
Right.
basically. So they're just getting us off of that hype of, oh, what's the next
Back to back.
PC game that we can
Yeah.
play. In the meantime, remanaging your people for the best outcome of their performance abilities. See, and this is why I like talking with you. This is why we
I
get to
love
learn
you guys.
stuff.
I see. I don't get a chance to get to these nuts and bolts conversations because I actually do, talk with a couple of people in the background on things because I'm not an engineer. I'm not a programmer. I don't know these things, and I have questions to why, if this has X amount of teraflops, what everybody was talking about, like this is supposed to be the end all be all. What's up? Why? And you will get they use this pack of texture assets, and we use larger size texture assets. But if their throughput is this way and our throughput is this way, I don't want to hear that. I really don't, because at the end of the day, you told me you had the far superior box, but this is running a whole lot more stable, right? If you see a lot of the games, and I don't care what nobody else says, the best playing version of Elden Ring is on a PlayStation 4.
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Like that's crazy. To even mention it, to even say it, to even have that to be a real reality. And for anybody that's on the Microsoft camp, don't tell me about how many teraflops is in the box, because I don't give a damn. I mean, just
Well,
tell
they
me.
had Microsoft had to find something because it was all about the
right.
Everything worried about 4K and everybody worried about all this shit. Now they worried about 8K this time around, even though it doesn't
Get nobody
matter.
do
They
that.
just put it on the chip just to say 8K available.
I'm waiting for 16K. Damn it!
Damn it, that's right.
And the other problem
What?
is, I think these sites like Digital Foundry, I think they need to go away.
Oh yes, of
Well,
course.
they definitely
yeah.
will.
I mean,
make
you got
people-
guys that just sit around,
Yep.
and this is their business,
Yep.
and people live by that. And it's like, you can enjoy games without caring about what Digital Foundry says.
There's one
You know,
ship
I
on
was-
there I like. The one where they go back to the retro games.
I love when he does that.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I was one of those that would sit there, but this was back in the day when it was informative and interesting. Now it's gone beyond that. It's gone, publicized and
What pays the bills?
exactly.
No,
yeah, exactly.
I was talking about something similar to that, especially on game reviews. I used to like how what's it called? Game Pro reviewed games. You had a fun
Yes.
factor, you had sound,
Fun,
you have
yes.
control, you have that, you have all that stuff. I mean, there's games that got a little bit of bad graphics, but then you saw the fun factor, have a 5.0, you're like, yeah, let me get that. I used to love how they reviewed back then, and same thing with Digital Foundry. I used to watch Digital Foundry, but then when I started seeing why they do this, like for example, the game runs 99% 4K 60, for example, and all of a sudden it drops, and just one spot in the game, like it drops, and like, hey, this is happening, it's probably an issue here, an issue there. I'm like, dude, the game runs at 4K 99% of the time, so why do you?
Yeah, and then that becomes a huge major issue in the
Oh
community.
my god! Oh my god! Yes, it does. I mean, you see everybody on Twitter go to war. They grab their pitchforks and knives and they say, "Hey, this one's better here than there." Yeah,
and that's when I hit the block button.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I've blocked everybody at Digital Foundry. I'm sorry. I give two shits what these guys say about anything anymore.
I mean, I'm cool with John Lenderman and the team. I think what they started out to do was noble.
Yeah.
It also works for the Patreon as far as you getting the 4K versions of stuff, and I think all that stuff works, and it's pertinent if that's the field that you want to go in. But they lose, like you were saying, where does fun factor work in all of this? Is this game fun? Is this game something that is going to catch my eye and catch my enthusiasm and have me talking about it for a long time? Because, I mean, Elden Ring looks good. Elden Ring sounds great, right? It has great atmosphere. Story is kind of weak. because it's really like pick your way how you're going to go, and the story
Yeah.
will unfold in front of you. But it has this fun to it, even though you're dying, even though it's incredibly hard. It's things that you learn that makes it fun. So the fun factor for me would be through the roof. A lot of games can look one way.
Yeah.
Shout out to Horizon. Um, but the fun factor is lacking in some form of factor. And
Agreed.
that has to make its way back into our DNA, because that was our DNA before. And for us to walk away from it, it takes away a lot. Fun factor has to come back, because games should be fun. It shouldn't be all technical. It
Yep.
shouldn't be, oh, it's 4K, it's 60 frames per
60
second, and you
frames,
better love
yep.
it.
Yep.
And see, that's me. I play games for fun and to escape. I don't play them for any other reason.
I'll give you an example for the last State of Play. The most exciting thing I saw in the last State of Play was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. That got me so hyped. That got me crazy. Like, oh my god, it's coming back. I mean, that's what got me excited.
And I hear that's very Souls-like, by the way.
Oh,
yeah, you're gonna die a lot.
I remember playing that, man. Oh my god, I
Oh,
was
man.
creating new curse words.
I know I lost a lot of quarters.
Yeah,
I had
Yeah,
like
me
3
too.
games I liked from that
Oh, yeah.
State of Play. Valkyrie Elysium looked really good. So did JoJo's Bizarre Adventures.
Oh, JoJo! Wow, I'm happy that it got brought back. I love JoJo. It's a good fighting game. It's fun. It's fun. It
yeah,
is
I
awesome.
actually loved the game. I introduced it to Sovereign when we were younger, and the fact that it's coming back now is like, what, 20 years later or something
Yes.
like that. But it's a remake of the first one with all these characters. Hell yeah,
Like
I'm
50
all
plus
over it.
characters. Like hell
Didn't-
yeah,
Yeah,
sign me up.
Didn't that come from Dreamcast? Was it or from PlayStation?
it was both.
It was both. Yeah.
Yeah, you had to import them, and I
And
think they
they're
made them. I think they made it stateside once they sold so many imports.
Mhm.
They saw so many people import.
I'm so glad we don't have to worry about that bullshit nowadays.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh
God,
my
right?
god, yeah. Oh man, it's crazy.
Cool thing is adding the new characters into it that they brought out since.
Yeah.
That's true.
My wife
Yep.
just texted me. She's like, "Get your butt up there."
She said, "Shut up and get out."
What do you, well, here's the question: what are you having for dinner?
Oh no, we ate already. We had pizza.
Oh,
nice.
Whoa!
with pineapple? With pineapple?
No, not without pineapple. Right now, we had hot and ready. Right, I forced her to get it right. And I told her, I said, they got the Batman pizza. She's like, the hell is the Batman pizza?
It's good.
It's good, right?
Good.
Isn't that just pepperoni pizza?
No,
Okay.
well, I don't eat pepperoni. So but I had the cheese
Ah.
version, right? And it's shaped like a bat. It's cute. It's folded over. It's like a calzone pizza.
It has the
whatever.
calzone ends are pretty good though. That's the best part
Oh
of it.
man.
I'm
And
having
it
a
has
hard
the
time
sauce.
picturing
Yeah.
King David eating Little
What do you-
Caesars.
What do you-
Well, listen,
Because that's just not even real
Especially-
pizza, dude.
Especially
listen.
up there, man.
as bougie
What do
as you think I am, I came from eating fat back and ramen noodles. So
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
Southern. I ate that shit too.
Yeah,
thank
No
you.
matter
I did
how
too. I
old
did
you
too.
get, crazy
Oh,
bread is
man.
always good.
Hey, that's true.
Oh man, oh
No.
man.
And
I
I
never-
even ate chitlins.
Oh
remember-
yeah,
Whoa,
Wow.
chitlin.
come
Listen,
on, man.
I ate possum, I ate snake, I ate rabbit,
Oh,
I ate
I ate all that
raccoon.
stuff too. Oh my god, when I
So-
used to live in Florida. Oh man, I miss all that stuff. I ate snake,
Yeah.
I ate rabbit, I ate frog legs, I ate all that
Yes,
stuff. Squirrel jerky is the best. I love squirrel. Oh
With a
man.
big old, and you got a big old bottle of hot sauce right beside you.
Yes,
boy,
sir. That's how
hell
it was.
yeah.
And beer. Always
French
like that.
red hot sauce.
That's it.
I put that blank
Man.
on everything.
We're throwing
man.
people now. People ask what's fatback.
Okay, well, fatback
Oh,
is when
man.
you're so broke. When you go to the meat market, you just get fat.
Yep.
Yeah,
Or
that's
you
all
just
it
get
is.
the back of the pig. It is the fat from the back
And
of the
salt.
pig. It's salty. It's what you
Yep.
put in the soup. Is what you put
Yep.
for stock.
Yep.
It's how to stretch food.
You can
Listen,
grill it.
I was poor. I wasn't regular poor, but I didn't know it because everybody around me was just as poor. So everybody around me had food stamps. Everybody around me had rundown sneakers and holes in their jeans, and that's where I grew up at. So don't ever think I'm too big because I'm not. You know, don't ever think I feel like I'm better than anyone, because I'm not.
Yep.
Anything I work for, I mean, I've earned, I worked for, and
Damn right.
I remember everything. My stepdaughter just gave birth to a baby in a hospital where my son was born at. So, and that's right down the block from where my mother still lives. My mother doesn't even want to leave the place. I'm like, well, you got to leave. I hate this place, and she's like, never. So, I still go back to the same old neighborhood, and I still see a lot of the same entrapments for children that's growing up there. So I'm trying to get to a space where I can change it for individuals growing up to make it a whole lot easier, because what they did take away from my community was community centers. They used to have the police that were inside the complex. They removed them. So what that did was, you used to know your friendly neighborhood police officer. Boom was one of those guys, right? Shout out to Mr. Boomstick. So he would get to know his community. He would get to know little Tommy. So little Tommy, when Boom says, hey man, he's not afraid of the police because he grew up with the police officer.
Yep.
Now the police are no longer in the community. They don't know the individuals. They don't know the people. They don't say, hey, this guy is cool. I know him. Let me talk to him. Let me redirect his life and put him in a different path. That stuff is missing now.
You know
They
what's funny?
removed the police from
Actually,
the people.
they've actually brought that back here in my city.
Good.
They have beat
That's good.
cops, then they stay in the same area and they actually walk the areas.
Good. That's necessary. It's needed
Yep.
because
It's needed,
I don't
for
think children should be afraid
Nope.
of people that are put there to protect them. I think they should have a working relationship with the community and be looked as heroes and not enforcers.
Well,
You know,
Yeah, and what it does is it's a good thing. If you think about it, because not only does it humanize the cop,
yeah,
it also humanizes the people that he's protecting, because a lot of times you gotta admit, a lot of times in the more recent time frame that we're living in, a lot of them are looking at it and they're like, oh, I'm here to watch over these people. You know what I mean? So they're looking down. You know, and it's like we always have bad ones, we always have good ones. The good ones, without any of this stuff, have gone out there, and you see it on Twitter and
Yep.
YouTube and all that. They go out of their way to go and play basketball with these kids. They go sit down.
Yep.
One of them's rapping with the kid, and the kid's like, holy cow, you know. And he's, talking about, hey, I grew up here. I was in this situation.
yep,
And, so seeing stuff like that. And this is, it goes back into the broad spectrum of the community, right? Gaming community. What are we doing? We're not, we're trolling and having fun with each other. We're not taking jabs and throwing each other down to kick them while they're down. We're sharing our passion, and this is the same thing with that part of the community, is to share the knowledge and help each other. And that's where we always get lost with this part of it. I don't know why it gets lost and gets thrown out, and then it's toxicness.
I think a lot of it's the internet. I think you have that
sure.
anonymity,
It's keyboard
and you become
games.
desensitized.
Yeah,
That's what I try to do every day on Twitter. I always try to get people to to get happy and be excited about gaming. That's what I try to do. Always bring the positive stuff about gaming.
yeah. I try to educate young men.
Yep.
Because the people that I interact with, I really don't interact with women at all. On Twitter, it's really, yo, King, man, I understand what you're saying, brother. So the type of thing. So have my wife tell you the story. I got 8,000 women followers, but I said, baby, it's not even close. If I got one, it's you. But at the same time, it's just educating young men
For sure.
to grow into young men. Because a lot of times they think they don't have a way out, and they actually do have a way out. So if I see new communities make a new channel, that's dope.
Yeah.
If I see somebody on TikTok posting something that's uplifting, they're playing games or whatever and enjoying life, that's dope. If I see, like the other day, I saw this guy walking across the street pushing his son in the stroller. He was rushing across the street. I said, take your time. Go across the street because we need more fathers with the kids. You know.
Yep.
Damn right. That's one.
Yeah.
That's one area we've all screwed up at some point.
Yeah. But listen,
That happened
guys.
long before we were born.
I catch y'all later. She done text me like the third time.
My friend, it is always great to be with you on the show.
Absolutely.
Yes, I had so much fun with you guys.
Have a good
Always a
one,
pleasure.
man.
Have a
Catch
good
you
one,
guys
King.
later.
And King,
Catch
don't let
y'all
her
later.
come after you with that rolling pin, sir.
Oh no! See, then you see me with divorce papers, and the next time you see me eating ramen noodle and fatback.
Oh man,
That'll be the giveaway.
Yeah,
those
for real.
noodles, man. I miss those
Catch
noodles.
y'all
We're
later.
getting that age, Joe King. We can't eat that shit no more.
No, we can't. Roll me up like a ramen noodle.
Oh, shit.
One of the best dudes. One of the best dudes in the community.
Yeah.
Sour Blow Gaming. Thank you for $20 super chat. Crazy Lou is Judas.
Yes. I can't.
And let me, hang on. Mr. Joanna Dart, thank you for the $5 super chat. Like Big Boss is betrayed by the boss in Metal Gear Solid 3. Crazy Lou, LOL.
Yep. My team is coming at me today. Yep.
Damn, they're coming at you hard too.
Oh, they always do. They always do. They always do. I don't feel bad though because I love them either way. Though they feel like I'm a Judas guy, but I love them. I love them. I love those guys.
I would ask why they think that, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm not going to pull that out of you. I promise.
I can tell you if you like. I have no problem with it.
Go for it.
Oh,
I want to hear this.
Because here's the thing, though. You guys do your show on Wednesdays, right? And we have our show on Wednesdays too, which is Xbox International, which we do it on Wednesday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and you guys start at 8 to 10. So when you invited me to the show, I was like, hey guys, I got invited to Wilmy, to Game Beyond the Box. What do you guys think? Is it cool if I jump on there? Like, hey man, sure, it's cool. So they said, yeah, go for it. But today they were just like, you're leaving. You're the star of the show. You can't go. I was like, I'm not the star of the show, damn it. I'm not the star of the show. Stop with that crap.
Well, if we had more slots, we could just have them join us.
Yes. You got to bring them one day here.
I can have 10 people on the screen.
Oh, nice. Oh, that would be a fun show if you guys bring all those crazy guys in here with me. Oh, we
will have to do that. We've had, oh God, when we were
we've
Discord, we've had up to 20 people on one panel.
Yeah.
What?
When we used to use Discord.
Yeah, that was
oh my God.
that was interesting days.
I still think one of the funniest ones we ever did. We had like 20 people, and we were inviting the chat to join in and make Wookiee sounds.
Oh Jesus, that was hilarious! If you do,
I don't remember what game we were giving. I think it was a Star Wars game or something.
Ooh, I can't do it.
And then we had people. We had people singing Christmas carols.
Yeah, that's right. We did, didn't we?
The Wookiee one, I was literally up on a roof with
That
a
was
whole
so
bunch of
fucking
construction
funny, dude.
workers, and they're all looking at me, and I literally choked trying to do the Wookiee sound.
The funny part is
it was hysterical.
Is when
that was so funny.
Wilmy's over there having to do the judging. He's like, I don't know what a Wookiee sound is. So I'm like, what the hell? What are you judging?
I hate Star Wars. I don't even know what it sounds like.
It was like the best ever, but
and Silent, thank you for the $5 super chat. Crazy Lou Game betraying Xbox One or Xbox. Sorry, like Andrew Ryan betrayed a protagonist in BioShock. Oh, that's cold.
Ooh,
oh man, they're getting personal here now. Man,
yeah, they are getting personal.
Yeah, they're getting personal. Yeah, they're.
Well, I'll tell you, we will have every one of you guys on here with us on Wednesday night. we like big panels.
Absolutely.
And and sadly, like Husk, he had somebody he had to meet tonight.
Okay.
Fork is still at work. Of course, Lady has kids.
Yeah, but I haven't been on a show with Lady, and I love her to death, and I've not been on a show with Lady.
So
she was here last week, but this
I
week,
know.
She's got kids, and she doesn't have anybody to babysit. So,
Um,
and Vic, thank you for the $5 super chat. Oh, Lou, LOL. What's up, panel? Loving the show, and we'll need this long day.
So, wait a second. We're missing both Husk and Fork. Are they at the same dumpster?
Yep, we're nah. We're missing both. But if you go to a hospital, you're in the medical field right now, man. All these people that work in the medical field, hats off to you, because I saw it when I was in the hospital a few weeks ago. These poor doctors, nurses, all the staff, man, they are doing like triple the amount of patients they normally do.
Yep.
And they're seeing. I mean, the numbers are crazy.
Yep.
Because and so many nurses are traveling too, and doctors.
Yeah, and when you have an ER that's so full that you have to treat patients in the ER waiting room, it tells you something.
Dude, I didn't even get a waiting room. I was sitting on a stretcher in a hallway for 2.5 hours.
Well, you guys know the story, so yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's crazy, and they're already understaffed.
Yep.
So that makes it 20 times worse.
Take you into a closed room to give you a med, or take you into a closed room to have a consultation, and then bring you back out to the waiting room.
Well, you want to hear something really sad?
That's bad.
And I'll say it because this is the podcast. We say a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
While I was laying in the hallway on a gurney, the paramedics would not leave me. Right, the two ladies that took me there in the ambulance.
Yeah.
But the irony was, I was in the hallway and there's like this little closet, and I really thought it was a closet across from me, but they had like a little curtain pull. I did not realize this was an actual room. And I mean, this thing was big enough for that gurney I was laying on, and maybe one person stand on the side of it.
Jeez.
And all of a sudden, I heard somebody scream. And I'm laying there. I'm not feeling good anyway, which is, of course, is why I was there. And this poor lady, man, she was having a miscarriage.
Oh no!
And the nurses were coming out. She was screaming and crying, and I'm pretty sure she didn't want everybody in the world to hear what was going on. I'm pretty sure she wanted some of this to stay private. But I mean, it was literally like 5 feet from my head. That's how crazy that was. No. But it was just so sad, man, that that was going on. It is right there. Yeah. But I mean, it had to be bad for her because I'm pretty sure she didn't want everybody to know what was going on.
I know when I had my kidney stone, they told me go to this room. So I go to the room, and they're like, no, you weren't supposed to go to the room. You're supposed to go out here. I literally was in that same predicament where I had to go and sit in the gurney that was outside of the room that they assigned me to.
Yeah, I
wasn't even in the room. I was outside the door.
I know, it's
that's
crazy.
Where I was being treated.
And Cypher, thank you for the next $5 super chat. Love you, Crazy Lou. You are an awesome captain. They love you too.
I love you too. I know.
They say that now.
And Paul, that's not just happening in the UK, dude. That happens here too, by the way. That happens here too. But anyway, let's talk about something fun and perky.
Let's go. Something fun and perky.
Like
my boobies.
Don't Google that.
I was going to say Leo's breast.
Leo's breast.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Talk about Leo's breast.
Have you ever tried to milk a raccoon?
Leo. Oh,
not lately, no.
Dude, never. No.
I've never tried, and I don't think I want to.
No. I hate raccoons, man. Seriously. Oh man. No.
They're evil.
Yes, they are. No joke. No, I will never joke. One day, I heard. I remember back when I was living in Florida, I heard that they were like really mean. I was like, they're not mean at all. So I went to this raccoon and tried to pet him in the head. Oh shit, man!
Who the fuck tries to pet a raccoon?
I just do that.
Lou's crazy.
Lou, I'll tell you right now. You try to pet me on the head, I will tear you apart. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how wild or not. You just don't pet anything on the head until you're given permission.
I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna pet it."
I saw it and it looked cute. I said, "This guy looks cute. He looked like he was being friendly." So I go and try to pet him in the head, and this damn thing just got aggressive on me. I was like, "Hell no!" I just ran away, man.
Well, you got your arm, so you obviously haven't tried to pet an alligator yet.
Oh, yeah. I wrestled a gator once. I did wrestle a gator once.
You wrestled a gator, but you were afraid of a raccoon.
I did too, but I think she was a freshman in college.
Damn.
No, but really, because I lived on a campus and we had nothing to do. No joke, there's nothing to do. So I saw this gator. It wasn't that big. I was like, oh, let me see. How do people wrestle it? So yeah, the thing is, I got on top of the gator. It was fun. I just got on top of it. I was like, pin him down. I was like, okay, I'm here. And then I started thinking, I was like, why the hell did I do this? How the hell am I going to get off this guy? Because if I get off right now, he's going to try to bite me.
Holy shit. I don't know. Last time I saw a gator, last thought on my mind was trying to get off. But you know,
You're
he's,
trying to get
throwing.
off an alligator.
Its back has ridges for your pleasure.
For your pleasure. Shit.
No, man, seriously, back there, man, we just had nothing to do. I lived in the middle of Florida.
Sounds like you were filming some very interesting videos.
Don't it?
Oh man, the funny thing is, back in the day, there was no cell phones with cameras. If not, man, that would have been up in the internet.
Oh,
Me wrestling
dude,
the
I'm here to
oh.
tell you, I'm so glad I grew up when YouTube wasn't a thing.
Because everything you did was be on YouTube.
They did have cell phones back then.
Yeah,
were
they
called
did.
banjos.
They had the big gray bricks.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm glad everything I did as a kid is not on the internet somewhere for somebody to find.
Yes. I agree with you, man. I agree with you. I did some crazy stuff.
It's
I
bad
still-
enough knowing that at some point I will have great grandchildren that will come across this YouTube channel at some time and go, "Oh my God, that was our great grandfather."
Yep.
What the fuck? You know, I mean, that's bad enough. You know,
Imagine my kids see my Twitter. They'll be like, "Huh?"
Yeah. Oh God, imagine mine. Holy shit.
Did that motherfucker say anything, or is it just all memes?
Knowing my luck, they'll have my blood going. He was a legend.
He was a legend.
But the big topic today is I've seen people talking about Starfield.
Yeah, Starfield.
There's actually a little bit of info and some stuff coming out
Can't
about
wait
it.
for
Just wanna
that
get your
game.
guys-
Yeah, there was a little like
Are
five.
you actually being serious, Leo?
Yeah. Everyone
wow.
knows I'm a huge Bethesda fan.
Well, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but I just want to make sure you weren't being
Like every
sarcastic.
game they've made, I've put in days and months into. Well, at least
Yeah.
that part of Bethesda.
He's made
Yeah.
sweet love to those games.
I mean, they had like
But-
a little like 5.5 minute thing with like the few people off the like some of the devs plus
Yeah.
dude, man, can't remember his name. Tom
Howard?
or Todd, whatever his name is. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Well, there's
Just-
talk. There's going to be companions, factions, persuasion systems. This
And
game's
that's the
supposed to be
same thing
fairly
they put
deep.
in every other game they've made.
That's
Yeah,
kind of what I
exactly.
thought too, Leo. But
It's basically everything they've ever done with
The
an
persuasion thing is basically probably going to be like Oblivion.
engine. Yeah.
it's going to be
Yeah.
Fallout in space, right?
Fallout, Skyrim, it's all the
Skyrim.
I mean,
It's all the same. Skyrim in space is
There-
probably what I would
Basically-
probably say.
That's
There
what they
was-
said.
There was an interview with him. I think it was 3 months ago in October. I think it was with Todd Howard, and they did ask him this question: Is it like Skyrim in space? And he said, "Yeah, it's pretty much a Skyrim in space."
I
He
don't
said,
see why people didn't think otherwise. I mean, every
Yeah.
game is
What else?
based off that.
I just hope it's better than Skyrim because Skyrim is.
You did not like Skyrim?
You know
wasn't too
what?
bad.
You just made the list.
No,
I got a meme for that, Leo, but I can't post it into YouTube.
yeah,
Grizzle said he's
Print it
curious
out
about
and
the
show
aliens.
it.
but of course, they haven't showed anything. All the things they've shown so far have been concept art and then a few like in-engine stuff. So eventually they'll show it. Probably
They
like
will
in-
show it at E3, just
Yeah.
like they do every other time.
every time.
They
Yep.
did
Right before it
show.
comes out, because like the date thing was kind of out there. I guess they were forced to, is my guess, to put
Yeah,
a date
probably.
on it. But they always show a video and then the date,
Yep.
Yeah.
like gameplay video, not
Not
pictures of
CGI.
art and all that.
shit. Yeah.
Or they're
But they did show the companion that you have a companion that travels with you. They did show that, which looked pretty cool. Just that scene when you see the companion, that was pretty awesome. He's gonna
Claims that
travel
they
with-
did show a next gen sandwich, and it did
Oh,
not.
that was us.
And it did not come from Little Caesars.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of companions you can get in that one, since it's
Yeah.
all space
Yeah.
related.
Right.
Yeah.
And like we don't even know if there's aliens in it yet. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Because we just know the factions and they're all human. Or
Because
at
so
least
far
we
it just
know.
looks like NASA steampunk in a way. You know what I mean?
Basically. Yep.
Yeah, kind of.
You know what I also think this game has got to have a whole lot of bunch of options for the story, because at the end he said something. I forgot what he said. He was saying like people are gonna ask themselves what are we doing here, and stuff like that. Like he was saying that the game is just gonna have like so many ways to finish it, and so many different ways to play it. It's gonna be pretty interesting. It's gonna be massive. So it's just gonna be a massive game. Just,
Yeah, they're saying this game's
Well,
going to be
every
huge.
one of their games had like multiple endings.
they do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Okay.
like in Fallout 4, it was what faction you backed and what you decided to do with that, and you can also get
No.
in good with the bad guys of the game. But it's all like a matter of perspective when it comes to the factions. Like, do you
That's true.
do you like what they're speaking, basically?
Yeah. He also said that you can join the pirates and be a good guy, or be the part of the pirates just be a bad guy. You have a whole bunch of stuff to do. It's incredible.
All I want is Fisto to return. Yeah.
What?
Fisto.
Fisto?
Yeah, it's a sex robot.
Oh.
It's from New Vegas.
Look, I'm just happy that it's just
And
a
yes,
single player
Fisto
game.
means what you think it means.
Yeah, I figured it
Sex
probably did.
robot. Okay, I'm looking for right now. Fisto the sex robot. Here it is.
The dialogue's hilarious.
Did I leave and come back at the wrong time?
No.
No, just the right time. Because we're talking about sex robots, Dredd, so we need to hear about yours.
Well, she.
Her name is Sally.
She
Save
recently
me,
left me.
save me. We hear in the background.
She wasn't getting enough attention, so yeah.
You gotta put her batteries in, man.
Oh,
Well, Fork's sex doll actually told him that she had a headache. I'm still trying to figure out who programmed that in there.
Adam gets it. I don't know
Nick
why
says finally
Paul
a
said
big game
there-
with no zombies and no
No,
no
honestly,
post-apocalyptic.
yes, I'm with Nix on that. Like that's what
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
happy
kinda-
about. Like,
Yeah,
Kinda
because
over it.
I'm happy because we don't get that much of space games. We have really small percentage of space games like that. We don't got
Yeah,
that
that's
much.
true.
I keep on
And
seeing
see,
people
don't
talk
get me-
about a beta for it, and they've never did a beta at all.
And don't get me wrong, I love my Sony games, and I'm having a blast in Horizon Zero Dawn right now.
Yeah.
I'm loving every minute of that game. But I'm kind of like Nick's. I'm really tired of the post-apocalypse shit.
Yep.
Because so many games are doing it. I mean, you got The Last of Us. You got what's
Fallout?
Dead? Dead whatever
Rising?
it is. No, the one is on Sony. The motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
I
Last of
love
Us.
that game too.
Oh,
No, not
Days
Last
Gone.
of Us.
Days
Days
Gone.
Thank you,
Days
Luke.
Gone.
Yeah,
Days
Days
Gone,
Gone. I
that's
love
it.
Days Gone. Yeah, I mean, I really love Days Gone. That's my favorite game for that year.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just really over the apocalypse.
I get
I mean,
you.
we're living through it, fuckers. I don't want to play it, okay?
Exactly. We need a break from it. I agree with you, man. I'm happy
Yeah.
that there's a space game coming out. It's going to be big, huge, so we can travel and stuff
That's-
like that.
Yeah, and
that's
and
why I
see,
want a
right now as
cinematic
we
game.
speak.
That's why I want a cinematic game like let's bring back Legacy of Kain. Soul
Oh, yes.
Reaver,
Oh,
something
yes.
like
That'd
be
that,
great.
right?
They need to
we've
bring
been
that.
asking for stuff like this.
That would
Yep.
be awesome to see, actually.
You know, I've been
But-
asking for a Chuck Norris game. I want a Chuck Norris game.
wait a minute.
Yes. Yes.
That'd be different.
Yes. See?
They
That'd
could
be
do
pretty
the
good game.
preview for the game just like
Yeah.
they did with Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Show
That would definitely be different.
Cowboy hat and a freaking revolver.
You'd
Yep.
have two
Shit.
choices: walk out the door and start
Walker,
kicking
Texas
ass,
Ranger.
or you just pick up the phone and say, "Game over."
The only bad thing is if you did a Chuck Norris game, the ending animations and the fights would be the same every time, just him doing a freaking roundhouse.
Absolutely.
Roundhouse, roundhouse.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, seriously, they need to take that away. The post-apocalyptic games. I'm tired of them. I want something new. I want something fresh. I'm happy that Starfield is going to be about space, because right now its only competitor is what, Destiny and Returnal. Returnal was kind of like spacey thing, right? Or no?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
there's like Cthulhu space.
You know, if we let's talk about this, right? Let's talk about, seeing that you brought up Destiny. What was the one thing that they said with Destiny that they were going to do, and we thought they were going to do with Destiny 2, which they never did.
We're having
We thought
such a
we're
good
gonna-
conversation.
I
just
know.
bring
Yeah,
Destiny.
Yeah,
Destiny
I'm telling
too.
you. But do a space simulation or some sort of game that we can all multiplayer, get on the same ship, actually have a task of flying someplace, and someone is the pilot, someone's got to, and then do like a not really like Among Us, but like the little things that you got to do, something to keep yourself busy, like something's going to go wrong with the ship, you know, and that would be a classic Star Wars game like that, where something's going wrong with the ship. You got to do a little
So you want Sea of Thieves, but
puzzle,
in space.
yeah, something like that. But you do a little puzzle to fix something, the
Puzzle.
flux capacitor,
I'm
because
done.
you're traveling through space
Done
and
with this
time.
game. Don't worry
I
about it.
just realized if they
And
made
then
a
you
Chuck
get to the
Norris
place,
game,
but you're all
the collecti-
together.
the collectibles would be just Chuck Norris
Beards.
facts.
And beards.
Oh man, I know what you're saying, but they do have the raids though, which 6 players get together and they gotta think.
Right,
they
but I'm
gotta
talking
do-
about a little bit more where you're actually together. You're actually. It's
mean-
not that you're playing together. You're actually putting, like when you have your clans, right? How many times we played Division and we're in the clan and nothing really goes into it or comes out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you do something like that with the ship, you all benefit the ship that you're all part of. So you can actually have a bigger spaceship that you can have a bigger group show up and do more.
I see what you mean. You mean like people get on a ship and they just okay, they got a mission to go to, and all 4 of them just get on the ship, land there, and just execute the mission.
Yeah, but you're all together.
All together, yeah.
And it benefits the ship. So the ship will actually have more, whatever you want to call it, not just the money or the weapons or something like that. More functionality, more stuff that you could do. You could actually travel to this other place faster. That when you do take a transport, we'll go via Star Trek, right? You take a transport down to the planet to do your part of it. So there's a little bit more. More to the lore, more to
Isn't
the
that
background.
other game that what's that freaking space game that was trash when it first came out because they lied to everybody and now it's like doing really good?
No Man's Sky?
Yeah, No Man's Sky. That's basically what you're saying.
It was a single player
Is
that
it-
you're all supposed to meet up in the center, and then you find out that you're all on the same planet, but nobody saw each other. And obviously they fixed a lot of that stuff. I have no idea what they fixed. I have no idea where they ended up.
Basically, what you're talking about is pretty much No Man's Sky now because they've allowed you to do a lot more stuff with
the
teams and stuff like that.
the negative
with building
press
and all
that they've put out there, the lack of
But
support,
I think you want the game to be like Sea of Thieves. It's each person has something to do on the ship.
Yeah, Sea of
Like,
Thieves, but in space.
Yeah, but in space.
I know what game I would have passed on.
But I am just happy that this game is not that. Like, I want this game to be the single player experience that doesn't rely on all this.
Well, I'm not saying for this to be that.
Co-oping
I'm
and
saying
shit
for
like
another.
that. So it's definitely. I think it could be a breath of fresh air, but then again, don't know. I mean, it could come out and it sucks, but
That's
hopefully
true.
it'll be good.
Yeah.
But on that note, let's get everybody out of here
Let's go.
because it always takes a long time to do outros. So
Not with me.
Well, I know you're
That's
not
true.
with you. All right, Dreadpool. Tell everybody where they can find you, dude.
Yes, you can find me everywhere. Dreadpool, the letters are zeros or O's or blah, blah, blah. Just look up linktree.com/Dreadpool, all letters, all caps. Every Wednesday night here, Gaming Beyond the Box at 8 p.m. Friday mornings, Breakfast with Boom. And then Anchor, Spotify, yada, yada, yada. All right, so Leo, where can we find you?
Leonidas 1084 everywhere. Lou, thanks for coming on. David, if you see this, thanks for coming on. And have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, see, now I feel like an ass because I forgot to thank Lou and I forgot to thank King David. I was trying to make him
I
speedy.
mean, we weren't going to say anything, but you're an asshole.
No, I'm an asshole.
And if Leo tells you you're an asshole, you're an asshole. Like if a kid walks up to you at the grocery store and goes, God, you're ugly, then you're ugly. Same thing.
Yeah.
All right, Bomber, tell everybody where they can find you, dude.
Of course, you can find me on the old Twitter at HRBomber1414. Of course, here every Wednesday night. Of course, if you're looking for any beard products, go to alwaysbearded.com. Use code TIM, the number 10, code TIM10. Get you a little discount on all your bearded needs. Thank you, Lou. Thank you, of course, David, wherever you may be getting hit with a rolling pin.
He's not getting hit with a rolling pin.
Well, hopefully he's definitely not. Hopefully he's going to pass out so he can wake up at 4 o'clock. But anyway, thank you, chat. Thank you, everybody. Y'all have a good night.
4 o'clock sounds so nice.
Yeah. And Daz, it was very nice to see you in the chat, sir.
Hell yeah, it was.
I know what
Yeah.
time it is over there in the UK. I can't believe you're actually still awake.
Oh, shit.
So,
Wow, yeah.
and Crazy Lou, tell everybody where they can find you, sir, and especially on Wednesday nights, apparently.
On top of an alligator.
Oh yeah,
On top of alligators, slapping raccoons.
I got a bunch of. I got streaking stories. I got flaming fart stories. If you want to hear, I got a whole bunch of stories. No.
When you said streaking stories, automatically my brain reverted back to. Oh my god! I'm sitting here going. The streak
cursor
in my
is
head.
hovering over the block button. I mean, what?
No. I was thinking of Ray Stevens. I'm old enough to remember that shit.
Oh yeah.
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 They're the same age.
That Pepsi guy?
No, Ray Stevens. The streak. Anyway, go ahead, Lou.
Oh, you guys can find me at Crazy Louie Gaming on Twitter. Also, you guys can find me at YouTube at Crazy Louie Gaming, in Xbox International, where me, Sour Blow, Silent Cypher, and Mr. Joanna Dark talk about the gaming news every single week at 7 p.m. EST.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Damn, I just realized EST's like taking over the panel today. Bomber's the only one out.
I'm the only one out. That's right.
And also, again, really, guys, thank you for inviting me to your show. I had a lot of fun. Really,
Absolutely.
really highly appreciate it.
We were actually pretty lame tonight. We really didn't.
I know, right?
Yeah, we
You guys
didn't
are
talk about
pretty
trash.
No worries. I mean, it's
Well, screw you, Willie.
Oh, don't
Fuck
worry.
you, Bomber.
Suck
on your damn
dick,
third
bitch.
cousin 3 times removed. And by the way, Huskell said Elvis vibrator back. He said last
Elvis
time you sent it back to him,
vibrator
it smelled funny.
Well, I mean, hey, we had fun with it, all right?
He said it tasted like a fudge pop.
Is there actually an Elvis vibrator? Let me Google that. Elvis vibrator.
Yeah.
Wilmy Hood, more like Wilmy Lame.
Holy crap.
That was almost funny, Leo.
There is
All right.
There is an Elvis vibrator.
Yeah, we
Wow.
probably were the ones that uploaded the picture.
Well, they do have a movie coming out soon, so
They got one from. Oh, that'd be nice though.
And I'm Gross98. Thank you, sir. We do this every week. We still don't know why. Oh, yeah, 'cause we have, we have fun with it for some reason.
Yeah.
So, and of course, I'm gonna be
you won't let us leave.
And of course, you can find me on Xbox, PlayStation, and on Steam, same as you see it on the screen. You can find me on Twitter and here on YouTube every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock with the panel. Really about it. You can find me on Facebook. I don't even do you no good. I don't post anything on there.
He's also on TikTok, dancing to all these
No,
new pop
I'm not on
songs.
TikTok. I'm on. I canceled my Instagram. I got tired of being banned.
He's the reigning champion of the Tide Pod Challenge.
How do you get
Dude,
that?
they were going back to shit I posted like 6 years ago.
What?
Over memes I posted like 6 years ago. And I'm like, how does this work? I get it if you're the IRS and you go back 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. But I mean, this is a fucking social media app. There's women on Instagram dancing naked with their tits hanging out.
Yep.
They got mad at me for posting a picture of pizza of a spaghetti, and a lady had a jar of comet in her hand, saying I was inciting violence.
Inciting violence
against the Italianos.
Because it was a meme. It was a meme that says when you're mad at him, but you still make him dinner. And it showed a plate of spaghetti, and the woman had a container of Comet cleaner in her hands, like you were putting it on there instead of Parmesan cheese. And yeah, they hit me with this thing going, that incites violence. That's a crime.
What?
Okay, it's a fucking meme.
And now that you described it, Google's going to shut us down on YouTube.
I mean, it's just so weird to me. And TikTok can suck a big fucking green slimy donkey.
Life got
dick.
you down. Try some Comet on your spaghetti.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
because TikTok's actually worse than all of them.
I remember I did a video with kung fu fighting, and Twitter just came over here and said, "Boom, you're out." Like,
Yeah, they've actually started covering some of my memes now.
They did? Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
This started like 2 weeks ago. And News said it. News says it right because people are losers.
Wait a second. I
Yeah,
thought they
it's
started
kinda
it a
weird.
while back.
No, they really got hot and heavy into it about 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah, they love to cover the memes I post now. Some of them. So I like
Yeah,
to throw
I
them,
mean,
throw them a curve.
I love the meme you put today. Like if the lunch lady like that, oh man, I started
yeah.
thinking about the lunch ladies over there. I was like, yep, that is true. The lunch is
Yeah,
gonna be
and our lunch
hard.
ladies, when
Yep.
I was a kid, oh my God, dude, they look like
Yeah.
men. But then again, so did our gym teacher. So she was scary. Her name was, and her name was Bowles.
and and damn it, the thing is, she cooked good though. I can imagine, right? The food was good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it
back
was.
then, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's real good.
It's still good.
But I was
Cafeteria
young and
food.
didn't know any better.
Yep.
Now I compare it to the hospital food I ate 3 weeks ago.
Oh, how was that? How was that? Was that good or bad?
We ain't got enough time to explain it.
Oh.
Ooh. I have never heard of some of the stuff they were serving. Some of it's actually good because they had like a actual restaurant part you could order stuff through.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure my insurance provider enjoyed that. That deal, but some of it was okay. But everything tasted the same. When I got home, my wife and I both agreed it's just like everything had the same taste. It left a weird aftertaste in your mouth. It's weird. The only thing they made decent was like grilled cheese. And how? It's pretty hard to fuck up with grilled cheese.
Yeah,
I mean, it
is
really
hard.
is. Some people can do it, though.
No.
I promise you.
No,
it is hard to fuck up grilled cheese.
My neighbor.
Go ask Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen can't make a grilled cheese to save their life.
Who the fuck goes out to a restaurant and orders grilled cheese?
Hey, there's some good restaurants I've good
With
grilled
tomato
cheese,
soup, man. With tomato soup, you gotta order with tomato soup, and it's good as hell.
My neighbor came
Yeah, I'm
over
not
to
ordering
ask
that
me,
from a restaurant. I'll make my own.
Yeah, my neighbor came over to ask me how I make grilled cheese, and I looked at him like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, my mom says it's 2 slices of toast and American cheese in between." Like she literally toasted it
Also,
in a toaster.
You gotta put butter on the
You
back
want
of
to know
the toast.
something good? Take a thin slice of tomato and put it in there. Oh, that's good.
That's
you know what else is really good is getting some mac and cheese and some buffalo chicken tenders, and you put that inside of the grilled cheese, and then you just have this amazing heart attack sandwich.
That's something horrible for me because I don't need anything spicy.
You don't need anything.
Bomber's over here trying to take me out.
Taking you out.
You don't
Hell,
you
do
don't-
it.
You don't
I
need
grew
anything
up-
spicy.
No, I can't.
Yeah, you
Oh.
can.
Back in junior high, I had 3 bleeding ulcers,
Ooh.
and it fucked my stomach up.
Yeah,
I can see
So
that.
yeah,
Not a good idea then.
I grew up with
Yeah, not a good idea.
what we call toast, which is a panini.
Yeah,
but it
but
was.
they were saying like toast. I was like, fuck, we all grew up with
no.
toast.
It was a
No
panini.
shit.
Hey, some of us have not.
It's in Greece. That's how you call grilled cheese. It's toast, and you put the cheese, but you would put like Gouda cheese, tomato, and ham.
Ooh, Gouda cheese. Yeah, Gouda
Oh
cheese
man, that
is good.
stuff was so good.
Yeah, it is. It's good. Gouda cheese with tomato. Ooh, I'm hungry now.
That's
I
why
know, I hate
I bought
dinner,
a
so.
I bought a punani press, and
What?
that's how I make
Oh,
punani.
Punani?
punani?
Did
That's
you just say
He's
punani?
He's not thinking about what you're referring to, Byron.
Now I do.
I thought the same thing.
It's a
Bomber.
panini press. I know. I was
Oh,
being funny.
panini.
Ah, panini. Oh,
okay.
okay.
I was like,
Okay.
punani. I was
That
like,
was
I know
weird
that was
punani
my
Floridian.
joke. I'd always pull it out, and I'm like, I got the punani press, and they're like, huh? So no,
Every time I go into work, they got some new fucking appliance, and I'm like, who the hell buys this now? I know.
You know.
Well, I mean, you see what I bought today, right?
Dude, that was
Like a
hilarious. That
crazy
thing
ass
was
toaster?
awesome.
Oh, the toaster?
Hey,
Oh,
that Game
man.
Pass, though?
that
shit
was the
had
one.
Game
Yeah, that was the toaster that we were talking about a while back, and I brought up, and Fork's like, no, this can't be real. I'm like, no, that's real.
It's totally real. Yeah, it's
Pass.
in my
Well, we
kitchen.
had some.
What does that toaster do? I mean,
Play
I saw
Skyrim.
it.
Dude,
I was like,
there's nothing that toaster doesn't fucking do.
You put your penis in it.
No,
and
that
it sucks
that
you
thing
off.
is awesome.
Well, it actually comes with what Drev's talking about, a panini maker. You can make
Yeah.
grilled cheese. You can make anything in that damn toaster.
oh,
That's
man.
what I'm talking about.
No, that's going on
And
my list.
yeah, it's
Yep.
crazy. My wife and I we were looking through Amazon the other night. We were bored, and I was like, "Damn,
This is
they
what
got this
happened.
fucking
Toaster.
toaster."
Let's buy this toaster.
You should see the SSD on his toaster.
Oh yeah,
Oh, it's super fast SSD.
yep.
baby.
It's 18 tera flops, by the way.
Hey,
Well,
teraflops.
you look at the post that I posted under you. I had a big old bonfire, and it was like what 15, 20 feet up in the air, and I was like, yeah, your toaster does can play Skyrim, mine plays Salem.
Never light a cigarette on a bonfire. Never do that. Nope. Especially put your face close to it. Not smart. Nope.
Yeah,
Doesn't sound too
you don't just
intelligent.
lose eyelashes and eyebrows, part of the forehead.
Yes, I know that happened to me. I know.
And on that note, thank you, Crazy Lou, for joining us. And these are life hacks with Crazy Lou.
Yeah.
And, like, always make sure you unzip pants before you urinate.
Oh, I got stories.
And on that note, we're out of here. We hope everybody has a great week. Play some games. Don't feed the trolls on Twitter.
Yeah.
And we will see all of you next Wednesday night. Have a
Have
good
a
week.
good night, all.
Later.